Rows. Under eCAAT, under utilities, select rows. In eCAAT, rows has been subdivided into 7 functions. These are tag, copy tag, move tag, clear tag, navigate, tags, duplicate rows, and insert X rows. Let's move on to the first function under tags. Under tags, eCAAT has 9 functions. These are by selected rows. This function adds a tag to all the selected rows. First, let's select a couple of rows. We have selected the first 15 rows. Let's perform this function. Under eCAAT, under utilities, select rows, select tags, click by selected rows. Tag has been performed, has been displayed for all the selected rows. Let's move on to the next function, by column value. Under eCAAT, under utilities, select rows, select tag, select by column value. The input screen of tag rows by column values will be displayed. Select the column name, for example, let's say sales. Select the condition, let's say greater or equals. Specify the amount, let's say greater or equals to 50,000. Click OK. Rows by column value has been tagged. Let's move on to the next function, by odd number. This function adds a tag to all odd rows in the current worksheet. Click by odd number. All the odd number rows has been tagged. Let's move on to the next function under rows. Select rows under utilities, select tag, select by even number. This function adds a tag to all even rows in the current worksheet. Click by even number. All the even numbers in the current sheet has been tagged. Let's move on to the next function. Select rows under utilities, select tags, select by blank rows. This function adds a tag to blank rows in the current worksheet. Click by blank rows. All the blank rows in the current worksheet are tagged. Let's move on to the next function under rows. Under utilities, select rows, select tag, select by blank cells. This function adds a tag to all rows with blank cells in the current worksheet. Click by blank cells. All the blank cells has been tagged in the current worksheet. Let's move on to the next function under rows. Under utilities, select rows, select tag, select by similar format. This function adds a tag to all rows in the current worksheet with the same font size and format as the selected cells. Click by similar format. All the similar format cells in the current sheet has been tagged. Let's move on to the next function under rows. Under utilities, select rows, select tag, select by insert tick. This function adds a tick mark beside the selected rows. We'll first select a couple of rows. For example, we have selected the first 20 rows. Select rows, select tag, select by insert tick. All the selected rows has been tick marked. Let's move on to the next function under rows. Under rows, select tags, select by insert cross. This function adds a cross mark beside the selected rows. We have selected the first 15 rows. Click by insert cross. The cross sign have been displayed in the selected rows. Let's move on to the next function. Select rows, select copy tag, select the sheet wherein this tag needs to be copied. For example, we have selected tan_pan. Click OK to cross check. As you can see, all these information has been tagged. Let's move on to the next function. Select and click Move Tag. This function creates two separate worksheets for tagged and untagged rows. Click Move Tag. As you can see, there are two separate sheets for tagged rows as well as untagged rows. Let's move on to the next function. Under Utilities, select Rows, select Clear Tag. This function removes all tags. Click Clear Tag. All the tags in the current sheet are removed. Let's move on to the next function. Select Navigate Tags. Navigate Tags Navigate Tags has been subdivided into four options. These are first tag, which finds the first tagged row in the worksheet. Next tag finds the next tagged row in the worksheet. Previous tag finds the previous tagged row in the worksheet. And last tag finds the last tagged row in the worksheet. First, let's check the first tag option. Under Rows, select Navigate Tags, click First Tag. The first tag of the current sheet would be highlighted. Let's move on to the next one. Under Navigates, click Next Tag. The row would be highlighted to the next tag. Let's move on to the next option. Previous tag. Under Rows, Navigate Tags, click Previous Tag. The previous tag would be displayed. Let's move on to the next one. Under Navigate Tags, click Last Tag. The last tag of the current sheet would be highlighted. Let's move on to the next function. Under Rows. Under Rows, select Duplicate Rows. This function duplicates the selected row. Click Duplicate Rows. A duplicate row of the selected contents the selected row is displayed. Let's move on to the last function. Under Row, select Insert X Rows. This function inserts the specified number of rows into current worksheet. Click Insert X Rows. By default, the number of rows would be displayed as 2. The user can change it as per his or her requirement. Let's say we'll give the number 4. Click OK. There are 4 sheets inserted in the current sheet.